Hey everyone, this is Oren with Block and Pixel. It's been a while since I've recorded a video and posted here on our channel. A lot has happened in the past 8-9 months. I grew a beard and we moved. We bought a house, so that's absorbed a lot of our time with moving and all that comes with that. But I'm getting back in the groove, getting back to posting more regularly. And today I have something that I'm excited to open, and that is this fake Pokemon 151 booster box. So you might be wondering why I bought a fake booster box, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I more so wanted to just show what this looks like, how we can tell that it's fake, what the cards inside look like, and just kind of do some show and tell with this booster box. So let's get to it. I'm not using my laptop like I have in the past. I'm just using my phone. I haven't fully set up my setup yet in my office for recording. So hopefully soon I'll get back to using my old setup with my dual cameras so you can see me and the cards at the same time. But for this video, you're just going to see the cards. So let me... And let's see if we can find a good spot. That looks pretty good. Okay, so yeah, there we go. I'm not sure how long this video will be, but I'm going to take my time here. So this might be a little bit longer. But I want to give a shout out to a channel, TCG Dreamland. He has a video that has a side-by-side of a real booster box next to a fake booster box, and he shows you the differences and how you can tell that it's fake. Unfortunately, I don't have a real booster box to compare to today. I just have the fake. But I'll show you some really easy tells. First of all, if you look at the word Pokemon and that Pokeball on the packaging, there on the real booster boxes above the N here is a registered symbol. These fake ones, there is no registered symbol, at least for now. I don't understand why they miss that detail. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're making something fake, you would want to make it as real as possible, and that's such a little easy detail. It's confusing to me why they don't have it. The other tell is that these icons on the plastic wrap here, on real booster boxes, they're a lot larger. These are probably half the size of what they are on a real booster box. So that's another easy tell. Honestly, though, this booster box looks really good. I don't really see any issues in terms of like typos that are obvious or anything. The color looks pretty good. Overall, this looks pretty legitimate. If you were just an unsuspecting parent at the mall and somebody was selling these at one of those kiosks or something, this could totally pass as legitimate if again, you're unknowing and aren't aware of the differences. So I want to get into this thing. I'm more so interested in seeing the differences of the cards inside. So that's probably where we're going to spend a good portion of our time on this video. But while I'm getting this unwrapped, you might ask, why would anyone knowingly buy fake cards? And I've thought of a few reasons. So if you're like me, you may grade cards on occasion. And you may have graded cards of perhaps some of the special art rares, special illustration rares. Like here's our graded PSA 9 special illustration rare Charizard. Now, we also are a card shop, so we really don't collect very much. This is one of the things that we have kept in our collection. The reason being, there's a story to this. There's some nostalgia to this, some sentimentality. We got it graded. We're happy with the grade. We like the card. But if we get another one, if we pull a second one, we're not going to keep it. We're going to sell it in our shop because we're a business. But at the same time, we want to have a master binder of 151. Ariel and I grew up into Pokemon. We love the original 151 Pokemon. So having a master set of the 151 set is appealing. So that's where the word proxy comes in. So if you're not familiar with that word, proxy, it's basically a stand-in. So we have this card, we own it, but we can't put this in our binder, in our master binder, because it's in a slab. But again, if we get a second one, we're not going to put it in our master set, we're going to sell it. So that's where proxies come into play. If we pull a Charizard illustration rare in one of these fakes, if it looks pretty good, then it can be a stand-in in our master binder for our graded Charizard. So that's basically the reason why we bought them. Now, a couple other things I could think of. So yeah, definitely proxies for graded cards in master binders. That's one reason. Another reason that I could think of course, not for tournament play or league play, but if you're just playing at home, these fake cards could be used as proxies in your deck. So that's definitely an option too. So these could be used as proxies in several ways, master binders and in decks. Now, I did notice the packs feel a little more plasticky or something. But this still feels pretty legitimate. Hold on, let's give a little look into the pack itself. So I've heard a lot of fake packs have, like the seams are different, like they have jagged edges. These are flat, and again, I don't have any real 151 packs, unfortunately, to compare to. But again, like I'm not seeing any typos. This looks really nice. If I were just an unsuspecting parent that wasn't really, well educated on what to look for with fakes, I probably wouldn't know the difference. And I would unknowingly give my kids fake cards. So something to watch out for. Maybe there's a little bit of a difference with like the look of the seal at the top. I don't remember this gray bar, but maybe that was there. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've opened 151. Now, first thing I noticed that's weird is like you would never get this. Like the facing card would always show the Pokemon. You wouldn't have a back of a card and a back of a card in the stack. That's just odd. Oh, it's like the energy is in the back. So immediately I can tell that these feel fake. They don't feel like the legit thing. But let's just take a look at this pack. Now, so is this a special illustration rare? I think that's what it is. But this is completely non-holographic. I mean, it's the same artwork. And again, it could be a proxy. I was really hoping that they would be holographic, though. I'm kind of surprised that this one's completely non-holo. And as far as I know, this is just a scan of the real card. So, again, there's not going to be any typos on these because these are scans of the real cards. So, if you were looking at photos online of the set list and you were looking at these, and you were, again, an inexperienced parent that was just buying cards for your kids, you might look at the pictures online and compare them to what you have in your hand, and you might think that they're real. But once you got a real pack in your hands and you compared them, you could easily tell. It's just the feel. Like, they just feel different. And clearly some of these borders are wider than typical. Probably because of the scanning that they used or whatever the method they used to copy these cards. So again, like here's a hollow energy, which there are hollow energies in 151, and this one actually does have a hollow look to it, but there's no Cosmos and we all know that 151 hollows are Cosmos, so that's another easy tell. So it's really obvious. I'm glad how obvious it is that these are fake, because then it's unlikely that anyone's going to really mistake them for real if you go to trade them or try to sell them to somebody who is, educated. Unfortunately, for people that are unknowing and unsuspecting, perhaps at flea markets or who knows where, they're just good enough. It's problematic. Okay, so here's a cool pull. This is the Mew Full Art. This will be a nice proxy for our binder. It actually does look pretty good. You can tell that the edging is off, but I mean, that happens on the real cards. Let's be real. Centering is never very good. Not edging, I mean centering. So this hollow looks pretty legit. I'm actually fairly impressed with how this specific card looks. Again, it feels fake. You can just tell by feel that it's not legitimate. But let's take a look at the rest of these. Here's another sign. You'll never get, well, I shouldn't say never. It's very unusual to get upside down cards in a pack. It's also not a thing to get two energy mixed in. They'll always be at the rear. So another easy way to tell these are fake. Regardless, I'm enjoying opening them. Now here's a third thing I thought about for a reason why you might knowingly buy fake cards. So I bought these on AliExpress. They cost $20 shipped for an entire 36 packs of fake 151 cards. That's cheap. I mean, most people... Here, let's take a look at this Erica's invitation. I mean, nowhere near as pretty as the real card. The hollow is just completely off. But it's a good proxy for our binder. Just to have, something to represent this card in our binder. That's pretty cool. Okay, so here's the third idea I had for why you might intentionally buy these fakes. Maybe your kids are really into Pokemon, and maybe you legitimately just don't have the money to buy your kids packs, but you want them to have the joy of opening something and having something that represents, the franchise that they love watching on TV, Pokemon. Well, you may spend $20 for your kids to enjoy opening 36 packs. Yes, they're fake. Yes, they, are a poor representation of the real thing. But it does, feed that longing to be a part of something for your kids at a much less cost. Okay, so this is fun. So we got our Charizard. So now we can do a side-by-side comparison. This, I mean, it's just so immediately obvious. So the hollow border on the special illustration fake has no texture at all. It's just mirrored. Whereas the texture on our real special illustration rare goes along the entire, border of this card. Really nice texture on the whole thing. There's no texture on this card at all. The fake, I mean. But again, this will sit in for this in our master binder. So yeah, if you wanted to get your kids something Pokemon related for cheap, give them the opportunity to open packs that are fake, but still get some cards, still be able to actually play the card game together, this could be an option. The only fear then is that if your kids don't know they're fake, then they might take them to school, trade them to kids for real cards, and then those kids go home with fakes, which is not good. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. We got our Venusaur special illustration rare. So I wouldn't recommend parents do that. It would be better to just buy the real packs. You can buy 4 packs for 20 bucks rather than 36, but then at least they're real. And then if there's pulls, your kids have real pulls and they have real value. And if they trade them at school, the other kids in their class won't get fakes mixed in with their real cards. So there's definitely a huge problem with fakes. So us knowing these are fake, we know to keep track of them, to keep them completely separate from our real cards, and to just use them for the sole purpose of proxies in our master set. That's really it. There's no chance of these ever getting intermingled with real cards, just like you would never want counterfeit money to somehow get into the cash flow system and the economy, because then you're, you're contaminating the cash flow system. You're putting fake stuff into the real economy. So it's the last thing anyone would want to do with Pokemon cards too. Again, though, these are more fake than I was expecting, which is good. I thought they were actually going to be much more closer to the real thing. Again, they are good scans. They look like the real thing, but the hollows are way off. The textures are non-existent. So it's made quite obvious that these are not the real thing. I'm not going to make you watch me open all of these packs, but you have an idea of what we're getting into here. So maybe I gave you an idea of using these as proxies in your master set binder, for cards that you might have graded. They could be good stand-ins for that. And I have a feeling that we're probably going to get all the ones we need out of all these packs. So let me flip it back around. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was slightly educational. Again, these were from AliExpress. We paid like 20 bucks shipped. Pretty inexpensive. It'll be fun to have as our proxies in our binder. And that's all I've got for this video. I plan on posting much more regularly now that our move is complete, once I get the office together. Also, I will be doing collaboration videos on another channel called Chard X Block and Pixel. Chard X Block and Pixel. And Chard is a channel run by my friend Ivan. He's one of my oldest, closest friends. So we look forward to talking Pokemon together and recording it and posting on that channel. It'll mostly be Pokemon news on the TCG, video games, etc., as well as information on collector tools that might be like software tools that you could use, or even physical tools that might help in your collection journey. So I'll be posting more about that in the near future coming up here. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed checking out these fakes with me. I'm having fun with it, and I'm going to have fun opening the rest of these packs. And I will see you guys later.